Hi folks, Chef Ian here, and we're in the Cooks Collective and we're doing what's in season. And what's in season for this month is these little beauties, the Brussels sprout. Brussels sprouts are, I think, an often maligned vegetable with I guess a very poor reputation. And I guess myself, as a kid growing up in the 60s, I hated these things. And it was purely because of the way they were prepared. Brussels sprouts were put on the stove, boiled until, basically, until there was just this green mush. And unfortunately with any of this family, the brassicas family, when it's overcooked, it does give off this really bad, foul odour. Dirty old socks is probably one thing I can think about was the smell. And of course, then you put them on your plate and you had to eat them. So it wasn't until years later when I had some Brussels sprouts and they were cooked perfectly. And the best way to do Brussels sprouts for me is steaming them. And that's what we're going to do today. And the reason I say steam, because I think when you boil them, they get waterlogged and they get a bit soggy. So I think steaming is the best way. The other thing too, when you're purchasing Brussels sprouts, what you're looking for, I guess, is firm Brussels sprouts. You feel ones that are a little bit spongy, pass on those ones and look for the ones that are firm. So I picked these up in the local shop the other day. Lovely little sprouts, but you can get the bigger ones, but make sure, as I said, they are firm. All right, so we're going to cook these twice. So what I mean by that, so we're going to steam the sprouts first off, and then we're going to then finish them off in the pan. So just get our sprouts in. Worst thing you can do with Brussels sprouts is overcook them. So you'll be really careful you don't overcook. So we're going to give them about 5 to 6 minutes to cook. So we'll come back when they're nearly done. Think about it as like pasta. You want that al dente pasta. Same with Brussels sprouts. If they've gone past that point, you can't recover from that. So probably best to be a little bit undercooked than overcooked. So we'll come back in about 5 to 6 minutes and we'll show you how we're going to finish these off. Our sprouts perfectly cooked there, so we'll just take them out of the pot. Now I'm going to use this pot again. Tip the water out. And I'll put back the heat. What we're going to be doing here now with the sprouts is that I'm just going to get some butter and we're going to melt this down. But what I'm looking for is melt the butter down to what I call the noisette stage, and that's just when it starts to foam, becomes a little brown. You'll see that develop. And you're going to get that really nutty flavour out of the butter. And the only other thing we're going to be adding to our sprouts is some fresh lemon, and we're going to be having some Olsson's sea salt, and from our spice slab, our Mélange pepper. That's how simple it is. So you're heating your butter up and you're just waiting for you to see that change, and it's just starting to develop now. You'll just start to see it. It just sort of starts to give off that little bit of nutty aroma, and you'll start seeing it foam, and you've got to be really careful with this because you don't want to overcook it, but we're getting pretty close to it now. And as I said, you'll be able to smell it. So pretty close there now. So I'm just going to drop our sprouts in and just toss them. So you're getting that Beautiful butter. And you see the glaze that we're trying to get on these sprouts. So while that's happening, got my lemon. I'm just going to squeeze the lemon juice over it. The flutes is perfect for this. A little bit of seasoning. So we'll get our salt. Our pepper. And that's pretty much about it. So I've just got my service table here. Last flip, make sure all that salt and pepper and the lemon juices. And turn off my heat. And there we have it, folks. There's our beautiful, what's in season for this month, our Brussels sprouts. Now, a couple of things you could do with these as well. You could saute off some onion, some strips of bacon, get that nice and crisp, and then throw your sprouts into it as well. But in this case, as I say, it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. It's just the sprouts with some lemon, some seasoning, and that, as I say, that butter. Brussels sprouts used to be one of the veggies I hated as a kid. Now I love them because it's all about cooking them correctly. So if you love Brussels sprouts or you've hated them as a kid, give this one a crack and I'm sure you'll fall in love with Brussels sprouts again. So till next month, see you soon. All the best.